What's up, Eagles Nation, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles 2023 offseason. My name is Pablo, and I am your number one Eagles fan from Maryland. It is officially Howie season, and if I am Howie Roseman, the first thing I'm doing is trying to figure out a way to land the best player in the draft, and that is Jalen Carter. And I'm gonna tell you guys why I believe that the Eagles are the best landing spot for Jalen Carter. There's one name that we have to keep in mind. There's one name that's going to make the Jalen Carter pick go. And that man is none other than the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line coach, Tracy Rocker, right? Tracy Rocker obviously is the Eagles defensive line coach. He also coached at the University of Georgia, and he also is directly responsible for recruiting Jalen Carter to the University of Georgia. So if there's anybody that knows about Jalen Carter, if there's anybody that can sort of pick at his wiring and his character issues and his off the field issues, it's going to be Tracy Rocker. If I'm Howie Roseman, you have all the resources to try to see if he is worth going up and getting, and I believe he is. When you talk about having his teammates in Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean, having the man who recruited him to the University of Georgia, Tracy Rocker, for me, his talent is just, it's too much talent not to do digging when you have the guys in your building that you could talk to and say, hey, what's going on with this guy? Give me the whole picture, right? Now, I'm not trying to be insensitive to the people that lost their lives, and I'm really not going to get into the situation because it's a legal situation. But if Jalen Carter is exonerated, if he is free and clear, if they give him a slap on the wrist, they charge him, you have to pay a fine, community service, and he is free to go, the Philadelphia Eagles, they got to go up and go get him. One of the things that I like that the Panthers did, whether people thought they gave up too much to get to the #1 overall pick, Frank Reich, former Eagle coach, he went up to go get his guy, right? And I think that's what Howie Roseman has to do. I understand, trying to see how the draft board falls, what guy you can get. No, if Jalen Carter is your #1 player on your board, you have to go get him. The Eagles we have the 10th pick overall. I don't think it's going to take a heck of a whole lot to go up and get him. And I just think if you pair Jalen Carter with his former college teammate Jordan Davis in this Eagles defense, that is what you want. A lot of times we expect these players, these young college athletes, to be perfect, right? They got to be perfect on the football field. They got to be perfect in the classroom. And then if they make a mistake, right, off the field, it sort of tarnishes their draft stock. It tarnishes, just their character, things of that nature, right? And it's unfortunate because this dude is an absolute beast. And in my opinion, he's better than Will Anderson. You talk about, I think he's 6'3", 6'4". He's good against the run, good against the pass. On the football field, I have zero concerns. Off the football field, can you make a better decision? If I surround you around Jordan Davis, if I surround you around your defensive line coach in college, Tracy Rocker, if I surround you next to Kobe Dean, all of these Georgia roots, right? All of these Georgia roots that Jalen Carter will have, can he be successful? That's the question that Howie Roseman, Jeff Lurie, Don Malinsky, all of those figureheads in the Philadelphia Eagles organization, that's the question that they have to ask themselves. The chances of Jalen Carter coming to Philadelphia and just acting a plum fool is slim to none, given who is in our building already. So for me, it's a risk worth taking, and I get it, right? When you got guys like Henry Ruggs in his situation, when there's fatalities involved, you have to take it very serious, right? You're 21 years old. We get ready to put millions of dollars in your pocket. Who's to say you're not about to go and buy the 2025 Hellcat that's 900 horsepower and go take a life, right? I most certainly get it. And I definitely think it's something that we have to do our homework on. Now, if they discover other things, other off the field issues on top of that, and it just seems like it's just piling up, at that point, maybe you stay at 10 and you take a guy like Bijan Robinson or a guy that doesn't really have any character flaws or off the field red flags. But Jalen Carter is worth looking into just because of the Georgia roots that the Philadelphia have in this building as it stands today. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. I just believe that the Philadelphia Eagles owe it to themselves, right? You're talking about the Eagles are about to lose Fletcher Cox. We're about to lose Javon Hargrave, Linval Joseph, Ndamukong Suh, right? So really, who do you have at the defensive tackle position outside of Milton Williams, right? And a couple of other young guys who didn't get a lot of playing time, right? So, and Jordan Davis as well. So, you know, if Fletcher Cox is going to leave, at least replace. I can handle Fletcher leaving if I can get a Jalen Carter. Or if I can get a Jalen Carter and Fletcher leaves, okay, bye, Fletch. We appreciate you. See you now, right? But if Fletcher leaves and you know you don't have anybody to replace Fletcher, you don't have anybody to replace Joseph or Suh or guys like that, that's going to leave a big hole. And honestly, it's going to put a ton of stress on guys, second-year guys like Jordan Davis. So this is supposed to be the year, his second year, where he's supposed to take the biggest jump, right? But he can't do that. Why? Because you got a young guy trying to overcompensate because of the big, massive void and hole in the middle of the Eagles defense. So I'm done. I'm done trying to persuade you guys why I believe the Philadelphia Eagles should do whatever it takes to get Jalen Carter. And honestly, he may not fall to 10, but there's a chance. I believe he'll fall out of top 5 for sure. I think he'll probably be there around 7 to 9. And at that point, you know, if you have to give up a third, would you not give up a third to just pair Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter? I mean, that 1-2 punch is just kind of crazy, and it's just something that I can envision. Like I said, man, you got your former teammates whom you've won championships with, right? Already on the Eagles roster. You can't tell me Nakobe Dean and his leadership couldn't help out Jalen Carter. You couldn't tell me Jordan Davis and his leadership and Tracy Rock wouldn't be able to help him, right? So for me, Howie, let's try to look into it. If you deem him as a guy with just too many character flaws, I definitely understand, but I definitely think checking him out, scouting him is going to be worthwhile for the Philadelphia Eagles. So thank you guys so much. I wanted to get this video up for you guys, talking about why I believe the Philadelphia Eagles should go up and snag the best player in this year's draft. See you guys next time. As always, fly, Eagles, fly.